Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a chit chat, get ready with me. It is Memorial Day and my friend and I are having a brunch at our place today. It's getting ready to start at 1 and I literally got like an hour. I don't know what kind of look I'm going for today. Hopefully I'll figure something out because I don't have much time. But I just wanted to get on here and talk about being positive. I think it's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to complain about what you don't have, what you wish you had. And when we do that, when I do that, when I complain, when I'm negative, it doesn't produce anything. Complaining doesn't get you anywhere. And lately I've been trying to be as positive as I can. Like I got on Pinterest and I was just searching for positive quotes, inspirational quotes, and I just pinned a lot of stuff, to my Pinterest because I'm really trying to be positive. I just realized that thinking about bad things all the time or thinking about how you wish you could have more or do more, it doesn't really produce anything worthwhile in your life. It doesn't get you anywhere complaining, thinking negative. And it stops your focus. It stops your growth. It just does more harm than good. I printed out a packet of like morning affirmations, nighttime affirmations. I printed out something about meditation and just really positive quotes. I just really am at a place where I just want positive energy to exude from me. I just want to be positive. I remember at a time I used to be more positive than what I am now. I'm not really sure what happened, but I'm not as positive as I could be. But there's a quote right here on my mirror. It says, "Your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change." That is absolutely true. I can remember the time where I was just thinking positive all the time. Anytime a negative thought would come in my mind, I would shoot it down. And my life was literally transformed before my eyes. And I want to get back to that point. I had read a book called The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. It's a really great book if you really are interested in changing your mindset, becoming more positive. It's a really great book to read. But the first time I read that book, it just literally like filled me up with so much joy, and I just started looking at things different in a different perspective. And I think I probably need to read that book again. Everything starts from your mind. Like everything. It starts here in your mind. And if you're thinking negative, if you're thinking that you're less than the next person, or you're thinking that you don't have what it takes to be successful, then you won't, because in your mind, you've already created that roadblock. Battlefield of the Mind is a really great book. And once you read it, you realize just how negative your thoughts are. Like once I read that book, I realized just how terrible I had been thinking about myself. Stuff such as maybe you're wanting to get in the gym, you're wanting to work out. And you tell yourself before you even start, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to work out by myself. I'm never motivated. I can't stay motivated." You're putting yourself down before you even start. That's what makes negative thinking so bad. It's like you're psyching yourself out before you even start, or you're blowing something way out of proportion just because of your mindset. So I've been really just focused on just positive energy, being around positive people. I'm really trying to stay off of Facebook because, baby, let me tell you about Facebook. Every time I get on Facebook, somebody says something to disrupt my spirit. Like, every single time. I try to give Facebook a chance, but Facebook be like, "Girl, you gonna get this drama today." Like, there's so much that I could be thankful for, and I realize that, and, just things that we take for granted every single day, like our jobs. We say we hate our jobs, but at the same time, you have a job. You should be grateful to have a job. I remember there was a point where I didn't have a job, or I did have a job and I was only making minimum wage. And when you just think about how far you've come, it really does change your perspective also. So I think a good way to stay positive is to think about how far you've come. You may not be exactly where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. And that is always a good thing. You have to speak positively. You have to just coach yourself. You got to tell yourself you're going to be successful. You got to tell yourself that you're going to be great. You got to tell yourself that you're worthy, that God loves you, that you're well taken care of. Reassure yourself that everything is going to be okay, because the enemy will try to get in your head. He will try to let you feel like you're less than, you're not worthy, you're not forgiven. He'll try to make it seem like, you know, you're not where you're supposed to be in life, but you are exactly where you're supposed to be in your life. I feel that so strongly. It's people out here who are really struggling. But if you have the basic necessities, if you have the basic necessities in your life, if you can walk, if you can talk, if you can speak, breathe, feel, if you can get out the bed every morning with no help, you're not on a breathing machine, there's no reason for you to not be thankful, for you to not be positive, because you have something to be thankful for. There are people who don't have enough money to eat, to provide for their families. But the fact that you have enough to eat, you may not be eating gourmet meals every night, but you have food in the cabinet. You have a house on top of you. You're living in a house. You're staying in a nice neighborhood. You have a comfortable bed. You have your own room. I can remember there was a time I didn't have my own room. You really got to transform your thoughts. Anytime a negative thought tries to get in your mind, like now, I have a roommate. I could tell myself, oh man, I can't wait till I get my own house, and I'm so old and I don't have my own house yet. I don't have my own space yet. But you gotta, something has to switch in your mind. You have to just snap it over and think, I may not have my own house, but I have a house. I have a roof over my head. I'm not piled up on 25 people. You have to change negative thoughts to positive thoughts. And it's hard to be positive in a world where we are so, what I'm looking for, we are so consumed with social media. We always want somebody else's life. We always look to the next person to see what they're doing. Why is it that she's in a relationship and I'm single? Just filling our mind with negative thoughts. Then you start to thinking that you're not good enough and nobody wants me. There's no man out there for me, and that's not true. It's not true. So you can't get on social media and compare your life to people. You cannot do that, because for one reason you can't do that, that is an illusion. Social media is an illusion. People put on social media what they want you to see, what they want you to know. So you can't look at social media as they have it, I don't have it. Their life is so much better than mine. Why can't I have this? Why can't I have this car? Why can't I have that guy? You can't look at social media and get jealous, because you don't know what they had to do to get what they have. You don't know what they had to do to get that. So there's no reason for you to be negative about your life, thinking that you're never going to have anything, thinking that you're always going to be in lack. You're not always going to be in lack. There is going to be a time when you won't struggle. Everybody has a struggle season unless you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. So you just have to look at the bright side of things. Your mind is a battlefield. The enemy will put so many lies. He will try to deceive you into thinking that you're not going to have enough, that nobody loves you, that you're dumb, you're stupid, you deserve to be raped like you were, you deserve to be cheated on. He will tell you that kind of stuff. You gotta know, when a negative thought comes in your mind, you gotta change it. Like, you gotta it's gotta be a switch. You're applying for jobs and nobody's called you back yet. It's so easy to say, I'm not qualified, you know, I'm not smart enough, nobody wants me, I should have gone to college, maybe I should have gotten my master's. No, don't think like that. You gotta think everything happens for a reason. If these people are not calling me back for a job, that is not the job for me. If this man doesn't see my worth, if he doesn't know how hard I try to keep him happy, to make him happy, then that's just not the man for you. You gotta switch it over. You can't dwell on those negative thoughts, because once they get in there, it's like poison. Like, a negative thought is poisonous. It goes and it flows and it leaks to different parts of your body, and oh my God. Ugh. Once you understand how powerful your thoughts are, your life will change. And I'm still working on it. I still catch myself saying stupid stuff like, oh, I'm so dumb, I'm so stupid. Don't say that about yourself. You are listening. You got to speak positivity, you got to think positivity, and you got to seek positivity. Look around. Look around your circle. Is there anybody around you who's negative, who's always complaining, who always need a shoulder to cry on? I'm not saying people don't get in their feelings. But you always talking negative. You always talking about what you don't have. You always talking about a man, complaining about a man. You always complaining. Every time you talk to me, you complaining. Or when I do something, you complaining. Nobody wants to be around it. I don't want to be around it. It's draining for somebody negative to be around you. And you realize just how negative people are when you start to change your thoughts. When you start to change the way you speak. You pick up on every negative thing somebody does. So you got to examine your circle. You got to seek positivity. Seek after people who keep you motivated. You got to seek after people who keep you grounded. Recently, I'm in a group message. And I had to tell people in the group message, you know, I'm trying to be positive. Can you not send me no screenshots? Can you not be putting no negative stuff up in here? Just text each other. I don't want to be a part of it. I mean, you don't want to be around that all the time. You don't want to be talking about people. Every time something happens, you send a screenshot. Talking about somebody I feed. Just talking about people. That's negative. I don't want to be around it. I don't want to be consumed about that. If you have friends and the only thing y'all doing is talking about people or putting other people down, worried about somebody else's relationship, you need to examine your circle. Because what are you doing to advance in your life? What are you doing to get further in your life? Why are you worried about what the next person is doing so much? Why do you think your stuff don't stink? You know, everybody has flaws. And if you want to be positive, if you want to surround yourself with positive people, you got to understand that. You got to know everybody has flaws. So I'm not saying dump all your friends, but you will have to tell them, you know, I'm trying to be positive. Can you stop sending me these negative posts on Facebook? Don't do it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. You got to get to that point. You got to examine what you're watching on TV. Too much reality TV is not a good thing. Reality TV can be so negative, so draining. Somebody always on there find somebody. And it gets to be too much if you let it. I don't know what I just did. You got to examine who you follow on social media, what kind of music you listening to. You always listen to something talking about women ain't it and niggas ain't it and you want a husband or you want to be married, you want a wife. What is listening to that kind of music gonna do for your brain? You gonna think that every dude you come into contact with or every female you come into contact with ain't no good. So you got to change the way you think about stuff. Sometimes I will say your circumstances may be a result of the decision that you made. You may not be as far as you want to be in life, but it's okay. Once you understand that, the next step is doing what you have to do to change it. You are in a situation where the man that you're with is treating you wrong. But what are you doing to change that? Kick him to the curb, sis. You ain't got to sit around and take that. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about positivity. My new motto is speak positivity, seek positivity, think positivity. Somewhere in that order. If you just think about what you're thinking about, if you just think about thoughts that come in your head, you'll be like, what is really going on? Why am I thinking this about myself? Why am I telling myself I can't do this? Why did I just do that? I should have liked it. Also, in regards to circles, you got to surround yourself with people who speak positivity over your life. I think as friends, we get too comfortable with each other and we just start throwing shade at each other and saying slick stuff like on the Real Housewives. You know, they just, all they do is throw shade up on the Real Housewives. And we think it's cute. We think we're telling it like it is. You know, we think it's cute to do stuff like that, but it's really not. It really hurts people. You don't know exactly how somebody feels. So you got to be careful what you say to your friends. You got to build your friends up. I'm just taking so many eyeshadows up on my eye right now. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Maybe that's the one. Girl, be positive. It's so draining to be negative. I was watching a sermon yesterday, and it was about energy and figuring out what you needed to spend your energy on. What deserves your energy? What are you giving your energy to? You always complaining. You always worried about what somebody else is doing. You always thinking negative. That is draining. You have to think positive. Positivity just fuels the soul. You know, positivity is just a good thing. I'm down for positivity. Everybody is not accepting of positivity. When I put in the group message that, you know, I was trying to be more positive, you know, stop sending me these type of messages, one of the people was like, who is this? Trying to be funny, like, you know, I know this ain't Nikita talking, or I don't know what she meant by it, but I just didn't reply. Because, first of all, I'm not replying to no type of shade. People will make you feel like being positive is a bad thing. They will. They will make you feel like if you ain't talking about somebody, then you is not human. If you ain't worried about what the next person doing, then you not human. They will try to just come for your life. Tell that group message you don't want to receive the message screenshots no more. Watch, somebody gonna come at you. You think you better than people. Who you supposed to be? Why you trying to change all of a sudden? That's why you can't be worried about what nobody else think about you. That's another thing about being positive. You gotta know that if you on your stuff, people gonna talk. People gonna say what they want to say. You ain't gotta have a million friends. It's another thing about being positive. When you're positive, you ain't worried about how many people was next to you. You ain't worried about it because you know that you your own team. Sometimes you gotta be your own team. You gotta coach yourself. You gotta coach yourself. You gotta speak positively over yourself. You gotta look in the mirror. You gotta quote positive quotes to yourself because people will put you down for changing your lifestyle. You can't let what people say distract you, stop you from being positive. If you want to be positive, if you want to stop thinking negative, you can stop thinking negative. Don't let nobody tell you that that's bad or you think you're better than people because you want to change your life. Let them think crazy thoughts about themselves. Let them put themselves down. You bring yourself up. You lift yourself up. Don't worry about the critics. Because one thing about it, they're going to talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. So, why not do good? Let them talk about you. Tell your friend, tell your homegirl you want to be more positive in your life. See what her reaction is. She try to clown on you, call you positive Patty, come at your top, tell you think you better than somebody. She ain't your friend. Because anybody that's your friend, they want to see you grow. They want to see you change. They want to see you make good decisions. Okay? Remember that. Because I used to feel bad when I used to tell people things about me or things I want to change, or, you know, I feel like I was being left out in certain stuff, you know, certain situations. But every battle, I'm going to wait to put that on there. Every battle is not yours. If you know you trying to do right in your life, you trying to do good, you trying to make it to them pearly gates, boo, through them pearly gates. Do you. Don't worry about what you're supposed to have to say. Do you. Okay? Do you, boo. It's good to speak positivity over yourself, to motivate yourself, but you've got to motivate other people also. You have to. If you have friends, you know, I mean, it's good to keep it real with your friends, to be hard on your friends. Sometimes they need it, but you got to be positive. Sometimes people beat themselves up in their minds. You beat them up too. I mean, how is that helping anybody? You got to be the positive voice. I really try to always be the positive voice. No matter what the situation is, I try to be the positive voice because you just never know what people are going through. Something that you say could trigger something into them. It could trigger something that say, oh my God, things are changing. Everything is going to be okay. Or it could trigger something to be like, you know what, my life ain't worth living. They just let me know that. Let me go and kill myself. You know, you just never know. I come into contact on my job, people every single day. And I'm always trying to make sure that they're okay because you never know what they're going through when they come in there. So I try to make sure I make them smile or I say something, start a conversation with them. Because you just never know what people are going through. I look at people every day, just randomly, and I think to myself, you never know what they're going through. People can look so good on the outside, but on the inside, at home, behind closed doors, they could be getting abused. They could be the abuser. You know, there's so much going on in people's lives. It's so important to be nice to people and to speak good about people. When I get on Facebook or Instagram or something, I see like people just tearing this person down for the way they look or something that they said. It just makes me feel some type of way because you don't know what that person is going through. People commit suicide every day because they feel like their life isn't worth it. If you're not speaking life into somebody, you really don't have any room to talk. Or are you speaking negatively about somebody that you don't even know? Social media is so bad for that. You would just bash somebody. based on how they look, their physical features, that they don't have any way of, you know, they didn't have any say-so of how they were going to look when they came out. You really talking about God's creations. You know, you can't just, oh, it just hurts. It hurts my heart. And people of color, black people, we are so bad at just bashing our people. Like bashing. Like, why do we do that? Why do we sit around and we talk about people like that? I don't understand it. Never will. It's never been my thing. You see stuff like that on Facebook, don't even indulge in it. I'm preaching to myself, baby, because let me tell you, sometimes I be want to go on there and look at the thread and see the little jokes and the little comments. And I want to talk about people too. I don't ever say nothing, but in my mind, like, girl, you know you're wrong. But I would never say it to anybody. You know, I would never put anybody down like that. You don't know people's financial situations. Maybe somebody dressed like that because that's all they have. You don't know. That's why I don't like putting people down. I do not like putting people down, especially people I don't know. You don't know what that person's mental state is. You don't know how strong somebody is. You know, you can't just say what you want to say to people, tell it like it is, and think it's going to be okay. No. You could potentially make somebody kill themselves. It's so important to speak positivity over people's lives. You see somebody that's depressed or going through something, tell them that it's going to be okay. You know, let them know that everything will work itself out. It's hard sometimes. It's hard to be positive. It is. Especially when you're used to being negative. Especially when that's all you know. Parents could have been negative. You could have grew up in a negative household and that's all you know. Your parents could have told you you're not going to be nothing. Or mama told you just like your daddy. And that stuff will scar you. It will. And we live our lives day to day not even realizing, not even know it, that it's a deeper issue. It's a deeper rooted issue than what the surface says, you know. It's something that has been planted in you. You've grown up to be negative, you know. You've grown up to look at yourself like you're less than. That's what you were told. And when certain things don't happen your way, that's the first thing that comes in your mind. Oh, I didn't get the job. I didn't get into school because I'm not good enough. It's not true. It's not true. Everything happens for a reason. If you start to look at it like that, everything happens for a reason. It'll be a lot easier for you to get over stuff, to get through stuff. I don't want to say get over. I'll say get through stuff. So I already did my highlight and contour. Well, I'm doing my contour now. People were in there. I had to go make the waffles, so I had to leave. But the moral of all of this chitter chatter is be positive. Let's be positive today. Let's be a little bit more positive today than we were yesterday. Let's try to not look at our situation as something that cannot be changed. You know, God is always working on your behalf, even when you don't see it. That's always important to know. So, somebody come at you with some negativity, just block it out. Sometimes you just got to ignore people. I ignore so many people in my mind a day. You think I'm listening, but I'm not. Once you start talking negative, I tune out. You got to start tuning stuff out, okay? Don't be afraid to tune stuff out. Let's think positive. It starts in your brain. Just think positive thoughts. Anything negative tries to get in your head, just change it to something positive. The last thing I'll say, it's so important to be positive because you were talking about you want more, but God ain't going to bless you with more until you're thankful for what you have now. And I had to learn that. God will not bless you if you're not grateful for what you have. So always be grateful for what you have. Know that any situation you're in, you can get yourself out of it. It's not going to be the end of the world, okay? My battery's low now, but this is the final look. I just went in with some red lipstick. I probably could go in and fix the outside of it, but I'm not worried about it. I'm about to eat anyway. But I just want to leave you with this final thought. Let's just be positive. Let's change the way we think. Let's try to take those negative thoughts and make them positive. Let's talk positive. Let's think positive. Let's seek positivity. Let's just be the positive change that we want to see in the world. Everything that you want to accomplish, anything that you want to change about yourself, it starts in your mind. So if you get your mind right, everything else will work out for you. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see me do more chit chat, get ready with me videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already done so. I love you guys so much for all the support and all the positive feedback you give me. Why y'all being positive to me? It just makes me feel better. So I just want to return the favor. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great day. Bye.